Hi everyone, and today we have Hanif and Ish in our conversation box. Of course, we've been talking to all the collaborators on the Becoming Adomaa project. We're going to let them introduce themselves. But before that, how are you guys? What's your day been like, and how have you been?
All right. Just been trying to finish some work on the table.
And Ish,
I've been eating all day, roaming about, but maybe I'll find something to eat after this. So,
but didn't I find you popping something in your mouth a few minutes ago?
snacks,
No.
snacks.
Anyways, thank you so much for your time. I know you both have very busy schedules, so I really appreciate your taking time to do this. And so I'll just go straight into it. So basically, I just want you to introduce yourself and what your role was on the project, and basically just let us know how you got involved in the project.
Okay, so my name is Hanif. I'm a video producer at iArchive Studio. I was approached by Evans to work on this project. Initially, I was supposed to work on just the short film aspect, and then something happened, and I was also roped in to work on the documentary. But then it was a lot. So then I roped in Ishmael, which I see here, right? I roped
Yes.
in Ishmael to also to work on the documentary. I worked on the short film because apart from editing, I was also doing motion graphics and VFX
Yeah.
for the project. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And Ish.
Hanif has put it aptly. He wrote me in to work on the documentary. Hanif and I have done a lot together, so I guess when it fell on his lap and he was overwhelmed, he thought that he has a smart friend. So then I came on board.
So, what was the experience like, working on the documentary and the short film as well? And for Hanif, you were also part of like production producing. So, basically, what was the experience like? In all the
Okay.
aspects
So
that you're involved in it.
yeah. So I mean, it took a couple of months for us to complete it. I mean, I started
Yeah.
slow, like just putting together, sending in drafts for the scenes. But then after I got into the flow, it got better, and it helped that I was on set for some of the filming, not all the days, but I think most of the major ones I was on set, so I sort of got the general idea of the story before I got um, behind my computer to start working on it.
Yeah, when I received the rushes, my initial my initial thing was I wish there was some things I could add, um, um, especially to the documentary. I thought it was the interviews were shot well, but I felt like they were too. They could have been done, or it could have been done with a bit more showing as opposed to telling. What I mean by that is more B rolls as opposed to just the interviews. So that was one of my major concerns about the
Okay.
documentary, and sometimes because you're a director first, the director in you will not just let some things go. So it was worth mentioning it to CAF as to some of the things that we could add to it. I mean, even up until the maybe 2 days before screening, I was thinking there was more we could add to it. But generally, it was a good experience. I thought I thought it was very insightful. It pushed me back to, or it pushed me to my own self and my own journey in the space we are talking about.
Yeah.
So, and maybe that's why I wanted more to be done. But yeah, I thought it was a very good storyline that can warm hearts. Yeah, so to say.
So, do you have any favorite scenes or clips that maybe perhaps you felt bad about cutting out, during the whole process?
Okay, so for me, there was a scene where you're supposed to fly
Ah, yes,
in the
yes,
clouds, the
yes.
whole the green screen. Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't. We couldn't get the look exactly right, so we had to
I had to cut that one
take
out.
that
Yeah,
out. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that fact.
You
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any of such clips or?
Yeah. Yeah. There was this description about how Cuff met Adoma and how initially he thought she was stuck up and a lot and we just had to take that out. But because it's documentary, there were a lot of things that people said that wouldn't make it to the main edits. So there were quite a few. But that part about Cup saying that he thought Adama was stuck up, I thought I could squeeze that in, but no, I couldn't.
But I
So
think
but
that's what
we
it did.
squeezed
But
this in
it
at the
came.
end.
Yes, it came in at the
We
end,
put the other credits.
Yeah, I think we
like the
tried to. Yeah, I think we tried to put it at the end. Yes,
yeah,
We
yes,
yeah.
did, yeah.
at the end. But I
So
wanted it to be in the main. I thought it
the
was one
main
of the. Well, maybe it did, but I thought it would be in the main work.
thing, yeah.
But I thought it again on the same knowing and how he got to know Adoma and how he had also they met at a party and all those things, but
Yeah.
that also didn't make it to the main edits.
So yeah, do you have any memorable moments during editing or on sets? Something that would have probably worked as a BTS, but I know the whole process, especially when you were editing, didn't have like you didn't have a camera recording, the whole process of that. But if you had, what would have been some of like the most memorable moments in those times?
The day of the premiere, right?
Yeah.
We were still editing in the, the morning of the premiere
Uh
at the
huh.
stop. Joshua was working on the sound. I was working on
Mm,
the video. So I think the previous cut I had done, I sent it to him to work on the sound. And I
yeah.
think we took out a section, I think just at the
Yeah.
end of the documentary. Or we added something at the end of the documentary, like it was either an additional subtraction. And then
Yeah.
when he sent the sound back to me, I didn't load it into the right sequence.
Oh.
So there was a so the audio basically shifted from the middle, right? And I had not, so I didn't realize. Um, I exported it to QuickTime. Like
Mhm.
that's I need to export it to QuickTime before I export it to the cinema format.
Right.
That's what Betcam played. And
Right.
then so I exported it to QuickTime. I was about to export to the cinema format, so I you just watch it. And you just watch it. So I was watching it, and then it got to the part where it goes out of sync, which is in the middle, just before the short film starts.
Yeah.
And I caught
Very good.
the, and I was like, oh my gosh.
What?
Because if I hadn't watched it and sent it to, exported it in the cinema format, I sent it to Silverbed. We would have been in the cinema watching, and then it goes out of sync in the middle
Oh my
for like
god.
30 minutes. Sometimes I still think back to it, and I'm like, if I hadn't watched, like, I start to get slight panic attacks. But yeah,
I'm
that
glad. I'm
was
really glad. I'm glad that that was saved. Yeah. I'm
yeah.
glad. Oh, we've lost Kittle.
So
But yeah,
it
yeah,
looks like we've lost it
we'll
too.
wait for Kittle to come back. We'll wait for Kittle to come back. But we'll just move on so that he will share his own memorable moments. But do you have any favorite song of the project?
Oh yeah,
Or
my pray.
favorite? It doesn't have to be one. You can say
Oh
all
yeah,
too. That's also
yeah.
fine.
Okay, so
Okay.
in order, it is beginning again,
Mm-hmm.
then circus,
Mm-hmm.
then crash, and then used to love me.
That's like more than half of the project. So
Yeah.
that's always a good that's always a good thing.
One thing I like is okay, so at least with I guess this the with the visuals, there's more of a it gives it more drama than just the audio versions. Because so for example in circus, when they are running the people at the circus are circling you dancing
Yeah,
and
yeah,
what are they singing? She's dead,
yeah,
and then it goes dark, and then so we you know that the effect I did where it is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
flashing and then it
yeah,
goes dark and then
yeah.
everything's quiet and then Joshua
Right.
added some sound like a you know that kind of humming not humming but like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, don't get that in the audio but like with a video
yeah.
you get that whole effect, yeah.
I mean, it's. I mean, there's so much we can do in an audio. I mean, listening to the project is fantastic, but like if you add the visuals and everything that we package together, it takes
Yeah,
time.
another
So
level,
yeah,
yeah.
to everyone watching this, please don't miss the screenings when we put it out again. Make sure you are at the screenings because like the whole thing is really an amazing experience and it's so much better than just listening to the audio. Yeah, and we have Kyttle back. Kyttle, what happened?
Ah, yes. When you live in a country like this, internet,
Oh, Charlie,
internet
Charlie,
is so sorry.
Charlie. Oh no, no, no
I'm so
worries, no
sorry.
worries. You came in just in time. So yeah, do you mind sharing some memorable moments you had? You know, when you were editing.
The whole thing actually, I remember we stayed up a couple Kaf and I, so I work again at Media General. Kaf again came and we stayed here to do some edits. I remember one time again in the other stop where we kind of stayed up all night and it looked like it was just every day. It looked like I was
Yeah,
even new to that whole scene because people had been staying up all night. And that whole experience. But what I really would like would add is I like the freedom to be able to express myself and be able to add on to what we're working on. That experience was good for me. It meant I was adding to something, and
yeah,
Kaf and Adama were both willing to take my advice on a couple of things that I suggested. Even when we had to go back to shoot the extra scenes and I couldn't
yeah,
make it, I realized that it was what I suggested that you guys went with, and
yeah.
that was really really cool. That was really really nice that my inputs
Oh,
were not were not
Oh, but
they
but
were
that's
they
but
were
that's why that's why that's
they
why
were
we were
added.
collaborating with you in the first place. So like, of course, your
Well,
inputs would be.
yeah, I guess, but I guess, but I've been on other sets where they are like you talk too much, and then they are like keep quiet, but it wasn't so,
Oh no, not.
which is what makes this good, or what
Yeah,
made this good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So the last question is if you have any favorite songs on the project. I said songs, so you're allowed to have more than one. So yeah.
I've actually used this song in my own project, so it means that I
Ah,
actually do like it. Beginning again. I like yes. I like it. I like the instrumentation. I like everything. I like the voice. I like the way it came out, and I like the way it's synced to my project. I wasn't thinking about that song when I was editing or when I was shooting, but when I listened to it and I laid it under my video, it just kind of worked. And everybody that has watched it, I remember this. One of my friends, one of the producers on my project, was like, "Have I showed this to Aduma?" And I was like, "Oh no, not yet." And he said, "Show it to her. She'll probably let you download her whole album and put it on your project because it felt good on on it." So yeah, but aside that, I think Circus is nice. There's another one I don't remember the name immediately, but my favorite will be Beginning Again. It's really 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 nice, And
Yeah.
aside the fact that it works for me, I think I like the message that it puts across. It's a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching the little snippets you sent me on the project, and it really did fit. It almost felt like I had made the song for the project, which I thought to be really
Exactly.
cool.
Exactly.
Because, like, yeah, working generally on the project, I hadn't really, the whole story was talking about the experience that I had had. It was very personal to me, and it's just very fantastic to come out of that and like release the project and see how well it connects with other people. People are talking about how it's literally their life stories. I've had a lot of feedback like that. And I also like that you can also use it in your project. So yeah, the sync deals and all of that, Charlie, we're here for all of it.
Yeah, I was just going to add on to how it worked because, to be honest, I was looking for regular music or anything that would work for the project, and it sort of dropped into my head. That's why am I not using Adome's music? So that was
Yeah.
actually my first time looking for the music and looking for your songs or something that will work for it. And it was literally like the first song that I clicked on, and I was like, oh
Oh,
no, you know what? I want this one. I like this one,
yeah.
and so that's how divine that song came in.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So usually, like when I work on a project for a long amount of time, and I'm listening to the same music over and over again, I
Yeah.
get tired. Like
Yeah.
after I'm done with the project, I don't want to touch the music again.
I can imagine,
But
yes.
this is not the case. Like I still listen to the album when I can. So like yeah, that's just show like it's not the regular kind. There's this project I worked on for a brand, and they bought this music and wanted it on all their videos. I couldn't listen to that song for like 5 years. And it was just last week I listened to it and I was like, okay, I'm good. I can listen to it now. But yeah, it's I still listen to the Becoming Adomaa
Oh,
album. Yeah.
really, really, really happy to hear that. Very, very appreciative and grateful for your contributions. It would not be the project that it is right now without the inputs that you both brought into it. So I like to say it all the time. Anytime I'm working on anything, really, I love collaboration. So this is just to highlight all of that and to say thank you. I really appreciate it. And I wish you all the best in all the projects that you're working on. Feel free to hit me up if you need my help with anything, if you need my input on anything. Anyway, I can also be supportive the way you have, and would mean a lot to me. So thank you again, and
Thanks for the opportunity.
definitely meet up again for future projects. That one, dear. That
Yes.
one,
Yes.
yeah. Anyways, have a good day.
All right.
Bye.
Let's
All right.
come soon.
Bye.
Oh, soon. Cry.
Bye.
Cry.